Hi everyone, this is my Module 6 discussion video. So the first question I chose was, talk about technology as a distraction. In what ways do the authors believe technology may be a distraction in the workplace, and in what ways do they believe technology may enhance communication in the workplace? Be specific, citing the text and using your own life and personal examples to illustrate the course material. So, excuse me, technology can be a very big distraction. For example, as I was doing my homework, I was watching videos on YouTube in the background. For me, my cell phone is my biggest distraction. When I'm with friends or at work, I usually have this feeling like I need to check to see if I've missed any text messages or phone calls, which is not really necessary, but something in the back of my mind tells me I should be worried about it. From my perspective, I think the authors realize how distracting social media can be, specifically. Um, on a different note, I also noticed that using professional forms of communication in an unprofessional way seemed to be considered a distraction to the authors as well. I'd never thought about it that way before, but the more I thought about it, the more I understood that when we're using these forms of communication that are meant to be professional, using them as unprofessional is not getting the work done that you're supposed to get done, so I can understand why it would be a distraction. I also think they realize that technology enhances the workplace. For example, without email, almost every company would not survive in a communication sense. We've all grown so accustomed to email and text messages that without them, companies would not be able to run as efficiently. Also, emails allow us to proofread our communications rather than just trusting what we say face to face. So the second question that I chose was, discuss the role of technology as a disruption in the workplace. In what ways can the same tools we use to enhance communication in the workplace be or become a disruption to work and business? Identify current technologies and trends in which with technology that have a good side and a dark side. Though the text isn't the specific, cite the text when building your response. Would our authors agree or disagree with your assessment? So, technology, as I mentioned before, can be a major disruption in the workplace. My best example of this is in my own workplace. When I'm on my paid break, I tend to get distracted by my cell phone and lose track of time. By the time I realize what time it is, I've finished my break, and 15 minutes had gone by so quickly. Cell phones can also be a distraction while working. My supervisor sometimes brings her phone out to show me a picture of her kids or a project she's working on at home when I was just trying to clarify a policy or procedure with her. It makes it difficult for me to focus on my work, and I don't feel comfortable walking away from the conversation. One tool that can both enhance and disrupt in the workplace is email. For me, my personal email is also my work email. Not that I receive any important or confidential emails, I just use it to communicate with my supervisors and coworkers. It enhances my work because I can easily communicate absences and schedule changes with my supervisor rather than having to call. But it disrupts my work because when having to send in my timeout at the end of the day, I have to use a work computer to access my personal email. This can sometimes distract me as I try to respond to another email or organize my inbox. I think one form of technology that has both a good and a bad side is social media. We use social media to keep in touch with friends and family and also update others on our accomplishments and milestones in life. This can also be a bad thing because many people idolize social media influencers, especially in this day and age, which can lead to an unattainable set of standards for yourself, as well as depression and anxiety. For me, scrolling through an influencer's or even a close friend's Instagram account can cause a downward spiral of depression or make me question my life choices, as dark as that sounds. In this way, social media is both a breakthrough and a nightmare, in my opinion. So that's all I have. Thanks for listening.